Kim Jong Un has been the face of North Korea since 2011, following the death of his father, Kim Jong Il. He controls a nation of 25 million people, and his reign has been marked by escalating nuclear ambitions, ruthless political purges, and complete control over the flow of information both in and out of his country. His name strikes fear into his enemies and loyalty into his followers. But even a man of his stature needs a daily routine, doesn't he? Behind the totalitarian facade, Kim still has to wake up, eat breakfast, and unwind. The big question is, what does someone with all that power, wealth, and influence do all day? Come, let's find out by diving deeper into what makes up the day of one of the most mysterious dictators in the world. Chapter 1. Morning Kim. Imagine starting your day not at dawn, but whenever you can pry yourself from an insomniac's restless grasp. For Kim Jong Un, this is an everyday reality. As one of the most powerful and enigmatic leaders in the world, his nights are fraught with the constant anxiety of potential threats and assassination attempts. This pervasive paranoia doesn't just affect his sleep, it makes his mornings unpredictable and chaotic. Unlike most of us, he doesn't seem to have a set wake-up time. His day begins whenever he wakes up, which can vary depending on the stress of the previous night. Imagine the pressure of constantly worrying about threats to your life. It's no wonder that Kim struggles with regular sleep. So, what does the supreme leader do once he's awake? He reportedly starts his day with a luxurious cup of Brazilian coffee. Now, you might think you've had expensive coffee, but Kim takes it to another level. His coffee is specially imported, costing North Korea an estimated $900,000 per year just for his personal stash. And no, this isn't your typical morning brew. This is the finest coffee Brazil has to offer, and it's definitely not something the ordinary citizens of North Korea can enjoy, especially considering that 60% of them live below the poverty line. But for Kim and his inner circle, it's just another indulgence to get the day started. Normally, after coffee, people might do some exercise, but Kim's not into that, so let's go straight to breakfast. Chapter 2. The Breakfast of a Supreme Leader. Unlike many world leaders who might opt for a simple, healthy breakfast to maintain their energy throughout the day, Kim Jong Un's diet is notorious for its extravagance. Kim's lifestyle is indulgent, and his morning meals are no different. Forget about the oatmeal or fruit. Kim's breakfast is a lavish affair, much like the rest of his meals. This isn't someone who counts calories. He's a lover of rich, fatty foods and makes no apologies for it. As I already said, he's also not known for regular exercise. While many people kickstart their day with a workout, Kim Jong Un is more likely to work out his power than his muscles. His health concerns are numerous, from high blood pressure to diabetes, but none of that seems to slow him down when it comes to his love for food. One of his favorite breakfast ingredients is Swiss cheese, particularly Emmental. His love for this cheese began during his school days in Switzerland, where he was educated under a fake identity. It's said that during this time, Kim developed his fondness for the finer things in life, from food to culture. Despite being shy, he was polite and spent his time indulging in activities such as drawing members of his favorite basketball team, the Chicago Bulls, and watching kung fu movies starring Jackie Chan. Chapter 3. Lunchtime and Beyond. After a morning filled with decadent food, Kim's day continues to be peppered with indulgences. When it comes to the main meal, Kim Jong Un's appetite is legendary. He spares no expense when it comes to what's on his plate. He regularly indulges in delicacies from all over the world, including caviar from Iran, shark fin soup, and Kobe beef from Japan. His love for sushi, especially made from tuna, is well known. The overfishing of sharks for their fins is driving several species toward extinction, but such concerns don't seem to trouble Kim as he continues to enjoy his extravagant meals. These meals are not only extravagant, but are also linked to his health problems, particularly his reported struggle with gout. Gout, an ancient form of arthritis, was common among medieval kings due to their indulgent diets, and it seems fitting that a modern-day ruler like Kim would suffer from it. High-fat foods and alcohol can exacerbate the condition, and Kim has a diet heavy on both. Chapter 4. Alcohol Beak. After this, it's no secret that Kim Jong Un enjoys a drink or several. Reports suggest that his alcohol budget runs into the millions, with 30 million US dollars spent annually on liquor imports alone. He's a fan of Hennessy cognac, which can cost upwards of 2,000 US dollars per bottle in the United States, and he also enjoys Russian vodka and French champagne. One of the more unusual drinks in his collection is snake wine, a beverage made by fermenting an entire snake in rice wine or grain alcohol, a drink that's considered both exotic and bizarre by Western standards. Kim's love for smoking is also well documented. His cigarette of choice is Yves Saint Laurent, French designer cigarettes that cost around 44 US dollars per pack. Smoking is more than just a habit for Kim, it's part of his image. His father, Kim Jong Il, was also known to be a heavy smoker, so perhaps it's a family tradition of sorts. While these indulgences take a toll on his health, his weight, blood pressure, and gout have all been the subject of much speculation, Kim shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, he has a dedicated team of scientists who focus solely on extending his life and mitigating the effects of his lifestyle. The Longevity Institute, created specifically for this purpose, is tasked with finding ways to keep Kim Jong Un healthy, despite his indulgent habits. Chapter 5. The Yacht Life and Secret Island Retreats. Kim Jong Un doesn't just spend his time in palaces and movie theaters. Occasionally, he heads to the sea. Kim is the proud owner of a 7 million US dollar yacht nicknamed Princess. At 200 feet long, the yacht is the epitome of luxury, featuring all the amenities you might expect from a billionaire's getaway. While many North Koreans struggle to afford basic food, Kim relaxes aboard his yacht, cruising around and soaking in the luxury of his isolated, privileged life. He also reportedly has access to a private island, which some have likened to vacation hotspots like Ibiza or Hawaii. Here, Kim can unwind in total seclusion, away from the pressures of his public role. With an estimated 5 billion US dollars at his disposal, the possibilities for luxury seem endless. Chapter 6. The Dark Side of Kim's Day. As much as Kim Jong Un enjoys his extravagant lifestyle, his day isn't just about food, drink, and relaxation. The darker side of his routine involves the ruthless consolidation of power that has defined his reign. Kim is known to spend part of his day visiting military facilities, munitions factories, and industrial centers, carefully orchestrated visits designed to bolster his image as a leader deeply invested in North Korea's military and its workers. These public appearances are part of an extensive propaganda machine that aims to maintain Kim's control over his people. Behind closed doors, however, Kim's day-to-day life also includes ordering executions. Since coming to power in 2011, he has overseen purges of political rivals, including the execution of his own uncle, Jang Song-thaek, who was accused of treason. Even more chilling was the alleged assassination of his half-brother, Kim Jong-nam, in 2017. His brutal approach to maintaining power is a constant reminder of the dangerous environment he's created for anyone who dares to challenge him. Chapter 7. Kim's Evening. As the day draws to a close, Kim Jong-un's routine takes an entertaining turn. One of his favorite pastimes is watching movies. His private cinema reportedly holds 1,000 seats, and rumor has it that Kim enjoys a variety of genres. Among his favorite films are the classic Godzilla movies, but he also has a fondness for animated features. Kim has been spotted watching Disney movies, including Dumbo and Snow White, despite the Western origins of these films. This affinity for Western culture might seem strange, given North Korea's isolationist stance, but Kim's love for certain aspects of the West, such as basketball, is well documented. Speaking of basketball, Kim's obsession with the NBA, and particularly Michael Jordan, has continued into adulthood. His passion for the sport led him to form an unlikely friendship with former Chicago Bulls player Dennis Rodman. Rodman has visited Kim multiple times in North Korea, with their friendship raising eyebrows around the world. According to Rodman, Kim has even hosted him at lavish parties and once asked him to sing Happy Birthday on the basketball court, a surreal image considering the context of North Korea's strict regime. What's even more remarkable is that Rodman has met Kim's family, something few outsiders can claim. North Korea is notoriously secretive, especially when it comes to Kim's personal life. But Rodman broke the silence by revealing details about Kim's daughter, Ju-ae, whose name was unknown to the world until then. Rodman shared, "The Marshal Kim and I had a relaxing time by the sea with his family. We shared many meals and drinks, discussing our plans for a historic friendship basketball game between North Korea and the US and ways to improve their basketball team." He even held Kim's baby daughter Ju-ae and spoke with Kim's wife, Ri Sol-ju. Rodman was candid, saying, "He's a good dad and has a beautiful family." For a regime as closed off as North Korea, these personal insights are rare and paint a surprising picture of Kim, not just as a leader, but as a family man. Interesting, right? But let's get back to his routine. During movie nights, Kim enjoys snacks. His love for cheese and expensive delicacies doesn't stop with dinner. He often indulges in a late-night feast, accompanied by cigars and whiskey. Afterward, he suffers from insomnia, and his day starts whenever he wakes up. Although his day begins with Brazilian coffee and ends with a glass of cognac, the hours in between are marked by sheer brutality as he tightens his grip on North Korea. For those of us looking in from the outside, it's a bizarre, almost cinematic existence. Yet, for Kim Jong Un, it's just another day in the life of a dictator who lives in opulence while the rest of his country faces unimaginable hardship. And despite his health issues and dangerous lifestyle, one thing is clear: Kim Jong Un shows no signs of slowing down.